This message is for all the black people out there and the content creators that are black. If you're not black, feel free to scroll through because this message is like truly for them. From a Latino that represents the Latino community pretty heavily. I'm sorry because I know that you're getting harassed right now, that, oh, you need to support us, you need to blah, blah, blah. You don't owe us shit. You don't owe us anything. You guys voted accordingly in the last election, and we as Latinos did not. We fucked up royally, especially my community of Puerto Ricans and the Cubans. We voted at a higher rate than any other fucking minority, over 60%. And you guys voted over 60%, no, fuck, more, like 90% for Kamala Harris. We fucked up. So now we can't cry about it when you guys defended us in the polls and we didn't even defend ourselves. So now there's a lesson to be learned. But again, thank you for your service. You don't owe us shit, black people. Que tengan buen día.
So now I'm seeing all these videos of Mexican Americans crying about how they regret voting for Trump. And honestly, I can't feel bad for you. Because when we told you this would happen, you didn't listen. When it was just theoretical, it was easy to ignore. But now that your undocumented family is at risk, now that your kids are being targeted or the kids in your circles, now that they're coming for you, now it's a problem. Listen, I get it. I have family who voted for him too. And I won't lie, it makes it very hard to process. It sometimes even makes it hard to talk to them because how am I supposed to be okay with that? I have undocumented family. I have a trans sibling. Trump's policies directly hurt people I love. So when I see our own people supporting him, it feels like a slap in the face. And I keep asking myself, why? How did this happen? This man called Mexicans rapists. He bragged about deporting families. He made racial profiling and hate cool again. And still, some of you voted for him. And now, reality is hitting. Oklahoma just passed a law requiring parents to prove citizenship to enroll their kids in school. Texas is next. Who do you think they're coming for? Not white, undocumented Europeans, Latinos. And now some of you are shocked? What did you think was going to happen? That they'd make an exception for you? That you're somehow a good immigrant? That Trump actually cared about Latinos? Be serious. I know some of you are going to defend your stance with like, well, my family voted for him because they don't like socialism. They care about small businesses. They're conservative. They're religious. Okay. But at what cost? At the cost of our people being deported? At the cost of our kids being denied education? At the cost of our community being unsafe? And so now you're feeling the consequences and you want us to feel sorry for you. No. I'm saving my sympathy for the people who didn't vote against their own families. It's exhausting. We tried to tell you, but if you voted for Trump and regret it, sit with that, reflect on it, because the rest of us, we saw this coming. Please don't share any hate, not even towards Latinos who voted for Trump. This is just my personal view and my frustration about this entire situation.
The confession of a Latino man to American. This is what I'm titling this video because I love what this guy said, and this is speaking truth to the situation. And in this case, a Latino man is speaking truth to the Americans, the black Americans, saying that you guys do not owe us anything. You guys did everything possible to enlighten my people, but we do not listen to you. So now, when you guys refuse to speak, to talk, you guys earn it. You guys deserve truly not to talk because you guys spoke times without number. And now everybody said that you guys should speak, you should support them. He said, no, you do not owe us anything because you've done what you should do. You stood for us, but we didn't stand for ourselves. That's very profound. That's very profound, right? This Latino man said, black American stood for us, but we didn't stand for ourselves. Because come to think of it, Black Americans said, vote for Democrat, you're going to be secure. But Latinos said, no, we're going to vote for Republican that does not care for us. And that's exactly what happened to them. A lot of them has been sent out of the country. A lot of them have lost their job. A lot of them till now, ICE is still going after them. So when everybody is saying that Black Americans stand for us, speak for us, this guy said, no, Black Americans do not owe us anything. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome to Qesholls Watch. Today, we're going to be diving deep into why this Latino is speaking this way and why some Latinos are regretting and they're also admitting that Black Americans want them. Credit belongs to the original creator of every content and stitches in today's episode. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Now I can empathize and sympathize with the Black community. I've never been able to do that before because I would hear them say things like, oh, we walk down the street and we get profiled and, cops will just suddenly stop and frisk or whatever just because of the color of their skin. And I always thought like, it's a little bit of a stretch. It feels like a little bit of a stretch. That person must be doing something, right? And obviously I've never experienced that before. I've never felt that way before and stuff. And so I always thought like, ignorantly, by the way, on my part, thinking like, I think you guys are, because I'm brown, I've never felt that and stuff like that, I'm also a minority. But now, with us, it wasn't the cops. Cops aren't just randomly to go and checking in the past. But now it's our turn, right? Now we feel it. Now we feel like, crap, can I just go down the street? Do I need my paper? It's like, why are you stopping me? I'm a U.S. citizen. We're not doing anything wrong. And now we're being persecuted. And so now I'm thinking like, crap, this is what the Black community meant, and I kind of feel bad. Well, I feel bad because I never really could understand where they were coming from or where you guys were coming from. But I can assure you that now that it's here with us too, it's like, crap. I honestly, legitimately didn't think it was real. But it's real as hell. And it's obviously minority groups that are targeted and persecuted pretty much. And it's right now with us is because we're brown. You guys have had your turn when, cops were just in bigger cities, urban areas, stopping disproportionately, the Black community and stuff. And I just want to say, like, I guess now I understand. I think moving forward, there's going to be a little bit more unity because we now can see where you guys are coming from, or at least I can, and so, yeah, guys, I just want to say sorry for being ignorant before, but I hope this unites all communities, not just minorities, and call out things for what they are, regardless of the race.
On this FAFO edition of And let's dive into this story together, shall we? There's an article released by Baptist News Global that's titled Organizer Says Latino Pastors Struggle After Voting for Rump. Faced with deportations of their church members, some Latino pastors who voted for Donald in 2024 now regret their choice, according to Agustin Quiles. Agustin Quiles, who was a keynote speaker at the Compassion and Justice Conference back on February 20th and 21st in Austin, Texas, told a story of a pastor who called begging for his help because his right-hand person at the church had been deported by the current administration. Augustine asked the pastor who did he vote for in the presidential election, to which the pastor replied, "You know who I voted for." Augustine said, "I know. Why did you do it?" The pastor responded by giving a vague answer about freedom of religion, which, in my opinion, freedom of religion for a lot of these folks translates to, I want my religious beliefs to supersede everybody else's beliefs by law. And his other reason for the vote is concern about transgender people, which to me basically is voting on an issue that does not affect a majority of the population. Augustine offered the pastor a hypothetical question. What if an immigration agent came to the pastor's door right then and now and offered to bring back his deported church members if the pastor would change his vote in the 2024 presidential election? Would the pastor do that? The pastor responded, Yes, with sorrow. And since that pastor is feeling deep regret and sorrow for his vote, may I offer him some thoughts and prayers that will absolutely do nothing in his case. Because they voted for it, now they have to live with it. But in conclusion, to the pastor, all I do have to say to you is, have the day you voted for. Bye.
I don't want to hear your cries. I don't want to hear your complaining. I don't want to hear your coulda, shoulda, wouldas, because I don't feel no ways tired. I don't want to hear this is not what I voted for. This is exactly what you voted for. That man let you know time and time again that he don't fool up with black and brown people. And it's sad because you yearning so bad to have proximity to whiteness made you turn a blind eye to the disrespect, made you feel like you were bigger than the program, made you feel like all the insults that he spewed against your people didn't apply to you. So now y'all want to act shocked and appalled because he done called the National Guard, everybody and their mama, to scrape you and your family members off the floor of LA. No better for you.
You told me that you voted for President Trump in 2024. Do you regret that decision? ¿Te arrepientes esa decisión?
Yes, 100%.
Why do you regret that decision?
That's because it's nothing that's true. It's not true. He say he go to catch the delincuentes. Criminals, yeah. And right now, he don't follow to criminals. He go to specific to Latino people. The DHS come specific to me and catch to me, not other people, because don't care to other people, specific Latino people.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, and share. This channel is new and I want it to grow so that it can get the required views and subscriber base that is required. So please guys, if you love this content, if you are gaining value for your time on this channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Today, like I said at the intro, Latinos are regretting. They are also admitting that they are at fault, that they did not listen because they were ignorant. I mean, the guy said, I was actually ignorant and I did not know that I was ignorant. He said because everything that the Black Americans said was to Latinos' advantage, immigrants' advantage. He said as a Cuban, he specified, he said, his people, the first guy said his people, Puerto Rico and the Cubans said they voted en masse for Republican. And that is, I mean, we all know the story that is happening in Cuba right now. He said they voted against themselves. They gave over 60% to Republican. And guess what Republican Party leadership is doing to them? You see? That other guy said, Latino, Mexico, and Puerto Rico, Venezuelans, he said they voted against their own interest. Because they do not understand. So because they do not feel the pain. But right now, they are feeling the pain. So right now, they are feeling what it truly means to be segregated, to be limited. Yes, to be caged, to be able not to access things that you would ordinarily have access to. He said he now understood what it means to be to be told that place you can't go, this zone you can't go. When you go to a place and they're asking where you're from, he said now he understood what it means when he goes out and is being racially profiled. He said now he understood that it was ignorance that made them to go that route. That now he understood that he is not blaming anybody. He's not blaming Black Americans. He said now he understood what it means. But now there's this adage that says experience is the best teacher. But I always counter that adage. I'm like, must everyone have a personal experience before he can have an experience, he can have an understanding? Because I believe that people can actually learn from other people's pain and experience and use it to learn. It mustn't go wrong for you. It mustn't go wrong for you, or you mustn't make a wrong decision before you learn painfully. You could also learn from other people's experience and gain experience and gain knowledge. But most of the time, people do not do that. They rather go down the ditch when they have been told that is a ditch, don't go there. People don't. Until they enter into the ditch, their eyes will now be open. They will not like, oh, now I know. But someone was telling you, do not go into the ditch. Don't go down the ditch. There's a ditch there. Open your eyes. See what I'm saying? People will not listen. And such is the case of the Latinos. Now they are regretting. Now they are admitting. And now they are saying, we are learning a very hard way. And it is all our fault. The truth is, it is the fault of the Latinos. Because Black Americans told them they did everything they could do, but they did not listen. They went ahead singing. You saw it in the video. They print t-shirts, they print on caps, and they compose music. I will vote for Donald Trump. Imagine that. Now, are you guys still voting? Are you enjoying your vote? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know your comments. Let me know your views at the comment section. Let me know what your perception, because Black Americans want, but right now Latinos are admitting. Thank you. Until I come your way again, don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. This is Qesholls. Watch. Bye for now.